no line item breakdown. It's
Right.
just essentially a revenue amount. So those numbers that are reported there, that would be essentially what's getting contributed to the water fund after all the costs associated with timber.
I think that this, I mean, having the right data set is important. And so just knowing which data set to use, I would just love all the other ones detailed out. So I thank you.
This is what I have so far. So
Okay.
I'd like to move on to the water filtration plan. Okay, so on page 90, tucked away in the Jarstead Park Trail discussion, is an actual breakdown of the high cost of the water filtration. Some costs here are capital costs of $459.8 million. Operating costs of 107.3 million per year. That is the high cost of a filtration plant, $107.3 million per year, the capital cost of $459.8 million. And that is on page 80 of the Mason, Bruce, and Gerard, and page 90 of our packet. So, Jennifer, you expressed a desire to know if other ecologists thought that cutting down trees near water could result in sedimentation, and if that would degrade water quality. You wanted to see references to that. So I would suggest during the audit committee meeting.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would suggest that you ask Mr. Walsh and Ms. Applebeck right now.
What was it that I wanted to know? I'm sorry.
You were doubtful that having sedimentation go into a stream or a reservoir.
I don't
would
think
affect
I would
water.
ever be doubtful of that, because that's.
Then my bad entirely.
Yeah.
Okay, so if this timber harvest, I'm so sorry, causes sedimentation in
Jose Camacho, Francis Smith Cove, Rock the Block. Consent agenda item, it's the approval of the minutes. I believe that's August 20. This probably seems like a very clerical, mundane, unimportant matter to you guys, but I believe as a historical record, it has the potential and actually the actuality of erasing particular residents and citizens in this town. I looked at the item where at the end, Councilmember Mockler responds to my description and condemnation of her idea of creating a cover story, water conservation, as a way to hide the actual motive of a really horrible idea of hers, which is to soak the homeless who might happen to be encamping in the park. The way the minutes describe it, I'm quoting, Anna Mockler responded to comments regarding watering after hours at the parks, and that she has had and continues to work on blah, blah, blah. That's not what that was about. The most horrible thing for me was that her proposal in the Public Safety Committee hearing of August 7th, 2025, is a cover story. That water conservation would be the cover for actually perpetrating this evil thing, soaking the homeless, which, by the way, that's a broad term. It could include children. It could include homeless people who have open wounds. It can include sick people, dying people. I could go on. So when this is recorded in the minutes, what you're doing by focusing on her statement instead of what it actually was about, The worst thing that was about was the lie, deceit as policy. We saw it happening. It was in the works. And this is something I've accused the city of doing for almost 2 years now. It's endemic. So I've spoken about epistemic oppression. A corollary to that is agnotology, the creation of ignorance. When someone looks at this minute as a historical record, they're going to be imbued with the ignorance, the unreality that this was about sprinkling the parks. It wasn't. That was a lie. That was a cover story. That is unreal. So this is perpetuating a lie, propagating agnotology, erasing the harms to the homeless people she was planning on. There has to be a better way to do minutes.